Story is currently showing at the Artscape in Cape Town. Joining me in studio are the two rival gang leaders, Chris Javta and Stephen Jubber. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Now,
Hi.
you're not real rival gang members.
Of course we are. You know, you just don't like this guy, you know? And that's how they cast us. No, kidding.
Yeah.
We love each other, man. We got a
been a long road to get to this point, but
bit of a
But you love
bromance
each
going
it's my
on.
homeboy.
Do you really have a bromance?
Do we?
Okay, we had separate dressing rooms, right?
Yes, we do have a bromance.
But Mr. Jafter gets lonely. So I get this knock
So
on
it
my
is, man.
door. Can I move in with you, Steve?
I was like, can I pay rent? And he was like, yeah, man, don't worry about the rent. You can sit right next to me.
But then what happened to your dressing room?
Well, that window is permanently open, so, you know.
wouldn't want to
during the
catch
winter-
cold now.
Yeah, I need to keep warm. Body heat's best.
All right, well,
Shh, don't tell anyone.
the play is amazing. The play is amazing.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Everybody loves it. I don't think I've heard one person say one bad thing about it.
That is beautiful. That's. I mean, we definitely have a gem on our hands. We've worked really hard. It's an all South African cast, and we've basically sort of shaped it in our own way. We haven't taken it from a mold, and I think that's what's brought a little bit of the magic. It's got a realism and an edge to it that even people who've seen the West End productions or the Broadway productions have said that this by far could possibly be one of the best shows that they've seen.
Does that make you guys feel more pressure each day before you perform?
Not really. What do you think?
We just do our thing.
Exactly.
We're little cogs in a big machine.
That's it.
And this machine is being put together over the past 2.5 years, at least domestically. But the work itself, West Side Story has been around since the 50s. It's a polished gem by now. West Side Story will be the same back then as it is today, 100 years from now. The work is very strong. And if you put the right people in the right place, hopefully you can just elevate that and make some good theatre.
Had either of you ever performed in West Side Story before?
No.
No.
There are people in the cast that have, though.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a Durban production at the Playhouse Theatre, and some of them are in the cast. But I was, I don't know, was I unfortunate enough or fortunate enough not to see it?
You've never seen West Side Story?
I never saw West Side Story in the Playhouse, at the Playhouse Theatre.
Okay.
I wish I could have seen it because I've seen video clips and it looked really good. So it would have been nice to kind of have gotten a different perspective of how it gets played usually to what it's being played like now. I know we've got a far grittier version of the show. And yeah, there's, like I said, the realism of the show is second to none, I guess.
How did you guys watch the movie? How do you prepare to be in West Side Story if you've never been in before? Do you just take the script and own it, or?
I have a confession to make.
Oh gosh.
I only watched the film the day before the audition. And I was like, this is really cool. I mean, it won, I think, 11 Academy Awards, something silly like that.
Something
It was
crazy like that, 10 or
the
11.
big winner of the 1961 Academy Awards.
Yeah.
And you can see why. I mean, as I said before, the work is really strong, but then translating into film was really quite an assault on the senses as well. Beautifully shot. Yeah. Very interesting.
So you only watched
60s sort of hedonistic
love this.
film style, and obviously the classic choreography was all presented there as well.
Yeah.
So you only watched the movie the day before the audition?
Yeah, I had to get a handle on what this West Side Story thing was. You see, like, I'm constantly approached by friends who say, oh, back in high school we did West Side Story. It seems like the big school musicals were either West Side Story or Grease. My year did Grease.
All right.
So I was in that camp.
You have an excuse.
Look, I watched the movie, but I only watched the movie because I was going to be in the production, so I needed to get some sort of reference, but not a day.
We're telling the same story.
Not a day
We're
before.
hopeless.
Not a day before.
You know, people study this score like
That's true.
this is musicals gold, and
Yeah,
we
but
are such
I've
lay
been
people.
I've been in musical theater for like 13 years, right? And I know nothing about musical theater.
Don't admit that.
Don't tell anyone.
He's
I'm
in the job
hopeless.
because he can spin that basketball.
Yeah, that's
really,
exactly
really
why.
well.
That is exactly why.
First gig, High School Musical.
Not first game.
Oh, okay, never mind. 13 years in the industry.